Hey everyone, Merry Christmas. This is the pretty much the last video I'll be doing this year, and it's been a busy month, and so you probably haven't heard a lot from me through December. But I just wanted to take a little bit of time now just to say a few words and reflect on 2020, and and just maybe talk a little bit about what's in store for 2021. Although maybe I'll do that in a New Year's video. No, we'll just do it all now. Wow, what a year. For many people, 2020 has probably been the worst year of their lives, certainly for a lot of young people, and certainly for those who, didn't live through world wars and that kind of thing. This is the first pandemic most of us have lived through, and crazy. It's been a year of isolation for many, and a year of, tragedy for many more. People have lost family members and, gotten sick themselves and so on. We will never really forget 2020 for, what it took from us. But it has also taught us resilience, and it has taught us, the triumph of the human will over adversity. Not to sound, too cliched, but we do endure as a species, and we work together, and just seeing how quickly we've been able to make vaccines is just incredible. Just a year out, it just shows, when we work together, what we can really do. And if only we would spend less money on fighting wars and more on, trying to solve all the world's problems. For me personally, funnily enough, and kind of conversely, 2020 was actually a really good year, despite what happened with COVID and the isolation and everything. Because 2020 was the year that my son Charlie was born. Back in July, little Charlie was born to us, and he's been an absolute delight, and he's just made everything worth it. And of course, Isaac, my now almost 3-year-old, is his big brother, and he's to watch him grow and turn into an amazing little guy. I've got a lot to be thankful for this year. So Isaac and Charlie, my lovely wife Christine, and regardless of everything else that happened this year, I have so much to be grateful for. 2020 was the year that I finally became a full-time indie developer with Whiskeybarrel Studios, and I've been working very hard and many long hours on and off since I started Whiskeybarrel back in 2013, and the end of 2013 in pretty fiery circumstances. I won't go into them now. You probably all know them. And I worked on and off for many years. I had to support it with contract work for the first few years. And I had a full-time job for another 3 before going part-time. And finally, in about, I can't remember, September or October this year, I finally was able to resign from that job and focus fully on Whiskeybarrel Studios and, of course, Swords and Sandals, which has now become my primary source of income. I'm just phenomenally grateful and pleasantly surprised that there's still this love out there for the series. And so many people have, written to me and communicated with me in the last couple of years, just saying how much they still love the series, and offering me suggestions and feedback, and sharing their memories of the series. And so there's still a lot of life in there. I've got 11 games in the series now when you count remakes and spin-offs and things, and 12 if you count the HTML5 game Champion Sprint, which I don't really count. 13 if you count Gross Out, which is usually the same engine, but nobody counts that. There's a lot of Swords and Sandals, and the series has evolved and changed, and I've made remakes and so on. 2020 represents the end of, let's call it, the Flash era of Swords and Sandals, because Flash has finally reached the end of life, meaning there's no more Flash in browsers. You won't be able to play any games in your, you used to go to the web portals and play the Swords and Sandals games there and so on. So it's a real, significant milestone, end of an era fully. that's why I was working very hard over the last few years to port them over to Steam, and of course mobile versions for a lot of them. They still run under the Flash technology, basically an advanced version of Flash called Starling and Air. Starling being the framework and Air being basically GPU accelerated Flash. But you'll notice that the series does still look long in the tooth. Even the new Redux games, I've worked very hard on them, but they're so limited by the technology and what I've been able to do with them. I just can't wait. I'm very proud of them, but I can't wait to start in some new technology next year. Most likely Godot, which is a free open source game engine. Really powerful for 2D games especially. It's got some really lovely filters and shaders and animation, and it's fantastic. From what I've seen so far, it's fantastic for putting games together quickly that run really well. I, of course, made Spartacus in 2019 in Unity, and that was a pretty cool experience, and I was really proud of that. But Unity, I liked it. I didn't love it. There's a lot to like, but there's also a lot of things that I found this didn't quite work for me. So I'm going to give Godot a try. Look, if it doesn't work, I'll be going back to Unity. And, either way, what this means for you guys is you'll be getting the next Swords and Sandals you play probably in 2021, unless for some reason I'm able to, produce a massive game in, less than a year. Will be in a great new engine that runs smoothly. Will be multiplayer. That's a huge thing. I can't wait to bring multiplayer to Swords and Sandals. It's been something that has been missing since way back in, I think 2007 or 2008 was Swords and Sandals 3 multiplayer Ultratus, which was actually hugely popular until the servers fell over and, it never really recovered. But I remember for that small window of time thinking, wow, we're really onto something here, because as much fun as it is to play against computer gladiators, it's so much more fun and so much more unpredictable and so much more strategy required to compete against other real-life people. And that will be the major focus of the next Swords and Sandals 6. Finally, the official sequel, not a spin-off, not a remake, nothing. This one takes up where Swords and Sandals 5 leaves off, and it's going to be a pure arena fighting game with a single-player campaign, definitely, but with a large focus on multiplayer. And I've got some great ideas for it. I actually went for a hike yesterday, and I was going to do this video when hiking, but it was so loud. The cicadas were just crazy, crazy loud. So I wasn't able to, to record it because it was drowned out by the noise of just the life of the bush, of the forest. But when I was hiking, I came up with what I think is going to make for a really interesting battle strategy, and it will change how Swords and Sandals is played. It's still going to be very much turn-based, but I'm really excited. I'm not going to announce anything yet, but I'm really excited with this small idea, which I think will just bring a lot of life into the series, and I can't wait to get started on it. 2021, firstly, mobile ports for Swords and Sandals Crusader, of course. Then all the patches that I've just been working on all over the last 6-7 weeks for all your favorite Swords and Sandals games, will get transferred to mobile. And of course, I've got to do the Mac versions. I don't have a Mac at the moment. I've got an old Mac Mini from 2013, but the Mac, it's going to be interesting. I need to somehow source a way to upload those Mac ports. So I apologize to you if you've been playing on the Mac. But if you're on the PC, go to Steam and you can update all the versions of Swords and Sandals, and you'll find lots of game balancing and improvements and so on. Hey, there's a Steam winter sale. It's on right now. So, there's never been a better time to buy Swords and Sandals. Here's one I prepared earlier. The Legendarium collection is up, and that was the basically our hero character from it. It's kind of cool. If we have a look here in the Legendarium there, Swords and Sandals Classic Collection, Swords and Sandals 2 Redux, Crusader Redux, Swords and Sandals 5 Maximus Edition, Swords and Sandals Medieval, Swords and Sandals Pirates, Swords and Sandals Spartacus, and of course the official soundtrack. They're all there, and of course the Classic Collection includes all these games, which is Sword and Sandals 1, 2, 3, 4, and Crusader. And it also includes Sword and Sandals Mini Fighters, which was like a mobile version, the kind of using little chibi style gladiators. And it also includes the Gross Out, which was a weird little spin-off done. But those games are all 30% off individually. But if you buy them in the bundle, you're going to get a full 70% off. So you'll save a ton of money. Depending on how many of these games you buy, you save a chunk of money. So if you want to complete your Sword and Sandals collection, now is the hour. Now is the time. Thanks for being part of the channel and the Discord channel and the YouTube channel. I realize I've slowed a lot down on the videos and certainly haven't replied to many comments lately. But I read everything. I think about everything you guys write, and I really do appreciate it. Without the audience, there would be, and I've said this before, there would be no Sword and Sandals. And you've now allowed me to, at least for the next couple of years, and hopefully the rest of my career, to allow to build games for you and for me and for whoever will play them as my job. And I feel so fortunate. It's been a long, long road to get here. And I'm not young. I'm 42 now. With a family and a mortgage, and this hasn't been an easy road, but it's been a fun road, and it's all thanks to you, and thanks to a little bit of luck and an idea that people seem to like. And so I can't wait to finally bring Sword and Sandals 6 to you and really bring what I like to think of as the ultimate vision for Sword and Sandals. It's been so long since we've done a pure arena fighter, and I know what the game should be, and I've done a lot of spin-offs and remakes and so on, but I really feel like everything's kind of led to this road where all the things I've done right, all the things I've done wrong, there's been a lot wrong, all the bugs, all the missteps, all the remakes that didn't quite work or disappointed, the crazy spin-offs like Spartacus, which I'm proud of but didn't sell well, the interesting Pirates, another weird one, very proud of that. But it all leads to this, Sword and Sandals 6, and that is the big focus for 2021, and I can't wait to get started. To you out there, I hope you have a better 21 than 2020, and endurance and resilience is what this year has taught us. Stay safe. It's going to be a crazy Christmas. My family is separated for Christmas because of another COVID outbreak here in Sydney, Australia. So I'll be missing, my sisters who won't be able to make it. But I'll be spending it, with my family and my parents, and I'm grateful to have them, and to, I got a lot better than many in that respect. And whoever you're spending your holidays with, just make sure you can just be in touch with people, and you're not alone, whether it's online via these Skype calls or Zoom calls, or just however you want to do it. Try and just reach out to someone, and you're not alone. That's a message that you hear from me and you hear from others. Shoot me a message on Discord. I'll reply. 2020, crazy year for better or worse. Here's the bigger and brighter things in 2021. I am, of course, Oliver Joyce. This is Whiskeybarrel Studios signing off for another year. You know what I forgot to do? Got to put my Christmas hat on. I should have done the whole video in this hat. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night. Cheers for subscribing to the channel, as always. I wish you the very, very best for next year and beyond. And Gladiators, I salute you. This has been Oliver Joyce signing out for 2020. Good night and God bless. Bye for now.